My name is Courtney Terry, and this is Arts Alive, a production of the Arts Alliance of Yamhill County. And my guest today is Phyllis Mills, artist, painter, current artist at the McMinnville Senior Center. You're having a show right there now. Yeah. And your particular artistic medium is rocks. And I love that so much. They're beautiful. And so I'm curious, and we'll be able to see the other ones down there, which are dogs. I'm so excited. But just to start out, what led you to painting rocks?
Actually, it was from our retirement years down at the park. We go to an RV park, and we do different crafts and things. And somebody said, we have rocks all around. There's no grass. And so it was like, oh, well, shoot, let's paint rocks. And from there, it just kept going. From, you see a rock and you say, oh, there's a dog. Or you see one and there's a rabbit or whatever, and that's what you paint. So.
Did you already have the ability to paint animals? Because had you been painting before you decided to start with rocks?
I did some oil paints.
Oh, okay.
And it was just kind of, you want to paint something, but you never know whether it's going to come out.
Yes.
In your head, you've got a vision that you would like it to look like, but that doesn't mean when you're done that it's going to be that way. So,
right.
So hopefully it works. And just like with the one dog there, it took color-wise. I had to do a lot of mixing and changing because I just kept saying, no, no, no. And finally it became the basset that I had seen sitting in the river. Because it was in the river. My husband is the rock carrier. And so I said, you need to go down and pick up that rock. And so we take the wagon and pick up rocks.
And that's it. And you could see it already sitting in the river. You could see that it looked like a basset hound staring at you.
That was my basset.
Oh my goodness. It's so perfect. Even like the tongue and the eyes. That's so much fun. And I guess, going from doing oil paintings like on a canvas.
I still do that.
And you still do that.
Yeah.
So painting rocks, was it an easy transfer?
It didn't really make any difference.
Nice.
It just seems like your rock is one shape, you paint that way. You use different brushes or something, and different oils for the canvas and acrylics for the rocks.
Oh, I was going to ask.
Yeah, so that, and then when they're done, he sprays them with enamel.
Oh, nice.
A clear enamel, so that if they're sitting outside, they're protected.
Oh, and there's, I can't quite.
This is medallion one.
This
is again a little different because it's like Aborigine art, but it was, and I don't even know what I saw or something. I said I'll try it, but buying the tools, I said I'll make my own. So we went out to Lumberman's and went through their nail supply and got one of each different sizes. And I told my friends, said, go through your nail box and bring me one of each kind. So I had a couple buddies who brought me these nails and used dowels and makes your tools. Instead of buying tools, you just make your own tools and paint.
So that's what made, I thought you just were an amazing circle painter.
No, you use
but that's even
the different sizes of the nails can make it. I know people probably buy a set, but this is just homemade tools.
Yeah, recycling. That's very smart. Well, and I love also the texture that the dots kind of give it.
Yeah, well, because it's a little thicker. It takes a little longer to dry. But yes, it gives you a dimension on it.
And so this one was inspired by Aboriginal art and...
Yeah, partially. And then seeing other people's, their designs and things of saying, oh, maybe I can do that.
Yeah.
Because of the rocks, I would find the nice smooth ones. Well, now I have some nice smooth ones, and I made sunflowers and daisies because they were round. And had a friend who had some, and I said, "Oh, could I have one?" And then she said, "Take what you want." So got kind of carried away.
Yeah, I would too. Well, and I
So-
feel like there's a resource there that you
Yeah.
could really never
No,
run out
well,
of.
that's in the desert. See, you got rocks all over, different ones, and so if you go for a walk, you come back with a rock. So,
Yes, I guess the better rocks are probably more down in the rivers, which could be hard.
depending on what you're making.
What do you mean?
Because like these, you want smooth, but if you're doing a house or a barn, you want a rougher one. You want shape like a barn or shape like a house.
Oh, so
And
with
the smooth ones are not houses.
no.
They can be flowers or they can be animals. You can make animals out of them. They're kind of curved. But no, you have different rocks for different shapes.
Oh, and I hadn't even, when you said first I was thinking like a texture, like a rock that had like a really...
You don't want rough ones.
But no, you don't
No.
want rough ones, you want smooth ones. But in terms of the
yeah.
like actual shape of the rock, it's...
Right.
Okay.
The rough ones eat your brushes. I mean, you go through a lot more brushes.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
But
So it doesn't take a lot of paint, but you just kind of, if you paint something and you don't like it, paint over
paint over it.
Yeah.
Which do you find that happens? Have you painted something and then just had to completely throw it away?
I have one sitting in the closet that sometimes I'm not happy with it. It sits there and I may bring it back out. And I painted one painting that I paint over because I painted it for a person. He liked it, she didn't.
Oh.
And I said, "Oh, I'll paint another." So I just painted over it, used it for another painting. You know, it wasn't important, and it didn't make any difference. So,
What's the biggest size you've done so far?
I think the raccoons. We have 3 raccoons that are in a stump, and they're just looking out of the stump as if you were a tree stump.
Oh.
So, and it's a heavy one. We thought about bringing it today, but it was too heavy.
Too heavy.
As it was, we brought the 2 that are plenty heavy.
Yes, I won't attempt it, but I can only imagine.
Well, we have one sitting at home that is also very heavy. That was a beaver, an Oregon beaver that was sitting out in the middle of the river, which he went and got because I said, there's the beaver. I need that beaver.
Which I should have asked, what is your husband's name?
Brad.
Brad.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Brad.
He's the rock carrier.
He's the rock carrier.
Yeah. And the red wagon.
And the red wagon.
So, but we got the rock home and he washed it up and getting it ready to paint. But it was encased in metal.
What?
It was all encased in metal. It's the shape of a beaver, all encased in metal. Just a thin layer. So we had several different guys look at it to tell us what kind of rock we had.
Yeah.
Because it's an interesting rock. But out of all the people, Linfield sent a guy over. We got a rock man from Portland. We went to Washington County Rock Show. We went to OCE, and we went to Oregon State. And in the end, they just said, "I don't know what this rock is. It's just not from the surface of the earth." And they cut a little piece off the tail. I said they couldn't cut the nose, but they could cut the tail. And all the geologists all looked it over, but nobody came to any solution of what. It was just a different rock.
Mystery
So the
Beaver.
beaver is there,
Oh my goodness.
but he's not painted.
No.
No,
Because he has a mysterious coat.
He's got his history. So
That's so cool.
so it's rocks are different. You just never know what you're going to find.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And have you, you go south for the winter? And
Yes.
so where in the desert is it?
It's out by the Salton Sea.
Oh, okay.
7 miles from the Salton Sea. If you go to our back deck, you can see the sea
Oh.
from, down 7 miles away. We're at the base of the Chocolate Mountain. And if if you've ever been in the area, the Bombay Beach it's at the end of the earth, but it's got a lot of history and interesting things to see. And just 17 miles down the road, again, a very interesting spot called the Slabs, which you have a very variety of people with different talents.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. So if you're ever sightseeing,
Yes.
you have to stop at those places.
Okay. Where is
Bombay Beach, Southern California.
Southern California?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so when you were picking, so your work is currently displayed at the McMinnville Senior Center. How
Yes.
long? It's through October?
Yes, end of October. The new artists will then come in for November.
Oh, cool. And so how did you decide which ones? And it's a combination of your rock art and your
Oils.
painting.
Well, as it was, there are 3-month stints of artists sharing. And something with the first person that was doing August to October, something happened and they could only do it for the 1 month. So we were a fill-in.
Oh.
And it was, a lot of the paintings were still down south, and some got home, and it was a matter of what do you want? You know, and it's the variety. I never know. When I start something, you know, I say, oh, I'd like to try that.
Yes.
So it's a variety of pictures out there, and it's just like, okay, just take, and we'll see what they are. You know,
Yes.
Some of them have a history. The lion one has a story behind it. Big Bird has a story behind it, and the grandchild is up there on the wall at the beach. And a friend said, oh, I thought they were in the snow. And I said, no, they're in a bubble. That's a bubble, and they're on the beach. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Art, interpret.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fine.
So
That's
you
so
never know.
exciting.
You never know.
And it could be an impossible question, but do you have a favorite?
I don't know. I don't know. Because they're all so different.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you know, you do one and you like it. And another one you're saying, I don't know. And so sometimes it's, you know, tell the kids, come and pick a painting, or what do you want? And sometimes they say, I want that one. And so they take it home.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Or it's for a birthday gift or something. No, you never know.
I know. Well, and they're just beautiful, and I'm still.
Well, thank you.
I can't. Oh, you can't even see it from the back. The dog is so lifelike, especially. So the dog with the kitten on the top,
Yeah.
is that a dog that you know personally?
No, actually, I saw that in a picture, and I thought, okay, can I paint it?
Yeah.
You know, it was some, I don't know, shot like the Basset Hound. We were at a park, and the Basset Hound was walking in the park besides, and so Bella became a rock. So we took pictures, and sometimes that's what I do. If I see the neighbors, when we're down south, I was painting a lot of people's pets because of they were aging out and they wanted a rock. And so it was like, find the rock and I'll see if I can do it, you know. So several of them, that was what I was doing for different ones that wanted their dog on a rock.
Which is so special.
Yeah,
That would
well,
be such a special gift.
There's quite some stories to be behind them. So
Yes.
that
Well, unfortunately, we are out of time for today. Otherwise, I would ask about them. But Phyllis, thanks so much for coming in and talking with us about your rock art and your oil paintings.
Yeah.
And there's the story in the News Register, which is excellent. And then also you'll be at your art will be at the McMinnville Senior Center through the end of October.
Yes.
Great.
They can go and see them. Doesn't cost anything to go look.
Wonderful.
And make sure they see the little rock village in the display case.
We didn't even talk about, okay, yes, absolutely, Rock Village in the display case. Phyllis, thank you so much for coming in today.
Glad to come.
This is Courtney Terry, and this has been Arts Alive.